AI search engines like Copilot, ChatGPT, and Perplexity now pull live web data that's heavily influenced by the Bing's index. That means if your site isn't verified and optimized in Bing Webmaster Tools, you're likely missing out on a growing number of AI-powered search experiences that rely on Microsoft's ecosystem. Bing's search data doesn't just stay inside Bing anymore. It now powers Microsoft Edge, Windows Search, Copilot, and even parts of LinkedIn's AI features. In other words, setting up Bing Webmaster Tools today isn't just about ranking on Bing, it's about showing up whenever Microsoft's AI surfaces content. So in this video, we'll give you a complete walkthrough of Bing Webmaster Tools. Let's go! So if you haven't heard of Bing Webmaster Tools before, it is just like Google Search Console where you can see your site's performance and indexability. And the first step is to connect your site with Bing Webmaster Tools. To connect your website with Bing Webmaster Tools, you will need to visit this page. This is the link. You want to click on Get Started, and you will have several options to choose. If you already have an existing Microsoft account, feel free to use it, but personally I would recommend logging in with your Google account that is managing the Google Search Console of your site. That way you can easily import all your verified sites directly from Google Search Console to Bing Webmaster Tools, instead of verifying them one at a time. So we will click on the Google option. Let's select this account. And here you will see two ways to verify your website. As I've said earlier, if you have verified your websites with Google Search Console, you can use this option to import those sites over. But if you want to start everything from scratch, you will use this option. And for this example, we will verify the website manually. Let's say that we want to verify this website with Bing Webmaster Tools. Let's click Add. And now you will see several verification options. Personally, I would use the HTML meta tag option because the other two options will require you to log into your web server, and it is more tedious than visiting your website. What you need to do is to copy this line of code and paste it into your website. The reason why we are doing this is because Bing do not know if you are the true owner of the website. So by copying and pasting this code, Bing can know that you have the authority to log into the website and perform this task. So let's copy, and now let's visit the back end of our website. Now we are using WordPress, but even if you are using other platforms, the concept is going to be the same. What we need to do is to paste the code into the head section of your website. And there are a few ways to do it. I'll first show you the theme file method. You want to go to Appearance and select Theme File Editor. And then on the right, you want to look for something called header.php and click on it. And then as you can see here, this is the head section of your website. This is the start of the head tag, and this is the end of the head tag. What you want to do is to add the meta tag you have copied from Bing Webmaster Tools and paste it within this section. So let's leave some spaces. And right before the head tag, you want to paste the verification code here and update the file. Once done, you can go back to Bing Webmaster Tools and click Verify. But before that, there is another method to add the meta tag, which is to add a plugin called Code Snippets. This plugin will allow you to inject the codes to any page of your website. Once you have installed it, you can go to Snippets and add a new snippet. Let's give the snippet a name, say Bing Webmaster Tools Verification. Then you want to change this to HTML and select the location as within the head section. Then paste the meta tag from Bing Webmaster and click Save and Activate. Now there is just one more method I want to show you, which is much easier than the two I've mentioned. If you have the RankMath plugin installed on your site, you can hover over it and click on General Settings. Then select Webmaster Tools. From here, you can simply paste the Bing verification code and click Save Changes. And this will help verify your site with Bing Webmaster Tools easily. So let's click Verify. And here you go, we are done. Alright, now that we have verified our site with Bing Webmaster Tools, let's talk about what you can do with it. Let's explore the most important part of Bing Webmaster Tools, which is the Search Performance tab. On Bing Webmaster Tools, once you have clicked on Search Performance, you will see four main metrics: impressions, clicks, click-through rate, and the average position. Impression means the number of times your page appear on search results and meet the searcher's eye. For example, let's say that our website is Search Logistics, and we have a page that ranks for the keyword RankMath Review. our page is ranking on page 2 of the search results. And if the searcher visits page 2 and see the page right here, it is considered an impression. However, if the searcher did not visit page 2 of the search results, it is not considered an impression. So as long as the searcher sees your page on the search results, it is considered an impression. And then the click-through rate is the percentage of the number of clicks divided by the number of impressions. And this will tell you how well your meta title and description are performing. So the search performance is where you will see how people actually find your website on Bing search results. These are the keywords your site is ranking for on Bing, and you can sort them accordingly. You can see the performance of your pages by clicking on this, the devices that your site visitors use, and the country or region that visited your site the most. Now you can also find AI search keywords on the search performance tab as well by sorting the impressions. The thing is, AI keywords are usually long and conversational, and you will hardly find a large group of people searching for the same exact keyword. For example, online earning for disabled people datasets, I'm selling 11 audio products, what should my offerings be, best kinds of offer construct, 6 persuasive techniques to make you buy someone's product, and freelance design work on the site, which could bring in around something. These are conversational keywords people are searching for on Bing. And if you click on the keyword, you can see the full query, and you will also know what page is ranking for the keyword or being used by the AI. So you can adjust your page content to cater to your audience. Do not disregard the keywords just because they have only a few impressions and no clicks. These are indicators of what your audience is looking for. On top of that, you can adjust the data according to the time frame you want. And also compare the past performance against your current performance, such as last 3 months to previous period, which means last 3 months was October, September, and August. The previous period will be July, June, and May. And if you want to compare the same period against last year's performance, it will be year over year. With this, you'll be able to see if your keyword or page performance has improved or not. If your page has performed poorly than the previous period, maybe you need to assess the page quality, the meta title and description to see how you can improve. Look at the average position of your pages. Look for pages that have performed poorly than the previous period and pages that are currently ranked between position 5 and 15. Go to keywords and look at the average position. Look for keywords that are ranking between 5 to 15 and you want to click on the keyword. And this will tell you the page or pages that are ranking for this keyword. You should look to update your articles with fresh data or insights, add more relevant internal links to it, or improve your meta title and description to improve your click-through rate. And that's how you can leverage the search performance tab for better rankings. Now let's move on to the next. Now the URL inspection tool is where you can check exactly how Bing sees your pages, and it offers some SEO optimization tips. For example, let's paste a URL from our site and click inspect. From here, you can see if the URL is indexed successfully on Bing and if it can appear on Bing. And if your page has any SEO issues, they will highlight it here, such as it is saying that 4 images on a page do not have alt attributes or alt tags. Yours may have different optimization opportunities, so you should work on them accordingly to improve your page performance. And if your URL is not indexed or you have updated your page, you can request Bing to index the page again to reflect the changes. So this information is based on Bing's cached data, which is the last time Bing crawled the URL. However, if you want Bing to fetch the current data, in case you have made some changes after the last crawled date, you can click on the Live URL tab, and Bing will visit the URL again. And here you go. Now, if the data from the live URL and the Bing index differs, you will want to request for indexing as well. Now that we have covered URL inspection, let's talk about one of my favorite tools in Bing Webmaster Tools called the Site Explorer. On Bing Webmaster Tools, you can click on the Site Explorer tab, and this is where you see exactly what Bing knows about your site, what's indexed and what's not, the technical information of each page, and the overall performance of your site. It is like the health dashboard of your site. Plus, you can filter your pages by all these different indexing issues. Like if you want to know any of your pages have a no index meta tag to prevent Bing from indexing, and it will show you any pages with the tag, if there's any. With this, you can easily diagnose and manage any indexing issues on your site. Now Now let's talk about one of the simplest but important parts of Bing Webmaster Tools, which is the tool that allows you to submit your XML sitemap. Simply click on the Sitemaps tab and you will see how many XML sitemaps you have previously submitted. If you haven't submitted any sitemaps before, this is what you will see. XML sitemap is a page that includes all the indexable URLs of your site, and they can be easily organized into a sitemap index. These are all the individual XML sitemaps, and they're organized into one sitemap index. And you will submit the URL of the sitemap index to Bing. XML sitemap makes it easier for Bing to find and identify all pages that are supposed to be indexed. There are many ways to create a sitemap. There are free tools online, you can manually code it, or if you run a WordPress website and have RankMath installed, the XML sitemap and index are automatically created for you. On your dashboard, simply visit RankMath's dashboard and make sure that the sitemap module is turned on. Once you have done that, there will be a sitemap setting on the left menu, and as you click it, the XML sitemap index URL is right here. All you need to do is to copy this link, visit Bing Webmaster Tools, and on the Sitemaps tab, click on Submit Sitemap, and paste the link here, and hit Submit. And Bing will start sending its spiders to crawl your sitemap and visit the indexable links in it. And if there are issues with your sitemap, they will be reflected here. And if there are no issues, you will see a success status. So that's for the sitemap feature. Let's go to the next. So this is how IndexNow works. Normally, search engines take time to discover your new or updated content. They will crawl your site, find changes, and then re-index your pages, which sometimes takes days or even weeks. With IndexNow, it speeds up your entire process. Once you have published or updated any of your pages, Bing, together with other participating search engines like Yandex, Naver, Sitemaps, and Yap, will instantly be notified of the changes and update their index accordingly. As you click on the IndexNow feature, you will see something like this. If you do not have IndexNow on your site, you can click on Get Started. And if your site runs on any of these platforms, IndexNow is a built-in feature. And if you run on any of these other content management systems, you can rely on these plugins to use the IndexNow feature. But if you want to do it manually, these are the steps. You will first generate an API key and download the text file, and then log into your web hosting account. And on the root folder of your website, you would upload the text file you have downloaded, and then you will submit the text file link to Bing Webmaster Tools. But if you are using WordPress and have installed RankMath, then it will be easy. Simply go to RankMath's dashboard and activate the instant indexing module. And you are basically done. You can check out the tool by visiting the module in the menu. And whenever you create a new page or post or update them, you will see the new URLs automatically submitted through the History tab. Let's test this. Let's create a new post. Let's give this a name. And let's publish this. And then as you visit the instant indexing module and refresh it, and you will see the page is being submitted automatically. That's the beauty of having the IndexNow feature installed on your site. Your pages will be crawled and indexed quickly. Alright, the Backlinks tab is where you can see who is linking to your website, what pages they are linking to, and the anchor tags being used. The more backlinks you have to your site, it is like a vote of confidence telling search engines that your site is credible, given that all other sites linking to yours are authoritative. As you visit the Backlinks tab, you can see that these websites have linked to our site this number of times. You can switch to pages and sort them by target URL, and you will know which page has the most backlinks by focusing on this column. Now let's say that this page has the most backlinks. You can visit it and add internal links to other relevant pages of your site to distribute the link equity. And these are the anchor tags used by these sites to link to your pages. Now the best part about this is that you can compare your backlink performance with your competitors by clicking on the backlinks to any website. Click on Add Site to compare, let's say rankmath.com, and now it will retrieve all the information Bing has about your competitor. And you can probably reach out to the sites linking to your competitor and see if you can get a backlink from them as well. So think of the Backlinks tab as your trust dashboard. It helps you understand how the rest of the web sees you. Trust and authority are important factors of AI visibility, so acquiring and managing your backlinks are important. The keyword research feature in Bing Webmaster Tools is one of the most practical tools you can use to discover what people are actually searching for on Bing. When you visit the tool, based on the keywords that your site is ranking for, it will provide you with a list of suggested keywords. This is a test site, so you won't see any suggestions. Anyway, just like any other keyword research tool, you can enter a keyword or phrase related to your business or topic, and Bing will show you a list of related keywords along with important metrics. So let's say the keyword is personal finance, and then if your site targets a specific country or region, you can select accordingly. The same goes for the language and device. You can adjust the data period as well, and let's hit Get Details. From here, you will see that the exact keyword has 7.5k impressions for the last 3 months on Bing, and the impressions come from these countries. As you scroll below, you will see a list of related keywords, together with their trend data and impression data. Bing gathered all these data from its own search engine query logs and index data. In other words, from the searches people perform on Bing and services tied to Bing. You can also see other related question keywords and newly discovered keywords if there are any. And right at the bottom, you will see the top 10 pages that are ranking for the exact keyword on Bing. Using this tool, you can optimize your site to tackle all these related keywords to get more traffic. Alright, now that we have talked about the research features of Bing, let's use some diagnostic tools. So the recommendations tab is basically your personalized SEO checklist. It gives you a list of improvements that your site could benefit from. Issues like missing title tags, short meta descriptions, missing image alt attributes, slow pages, broken links, or mobile friendliness issues, and they are categorized by their severity. And what I like about this is that if you are a total beginner and you don't know how to optimize these issues, you can simply click on it, and it will provide you with explanations on why it matters and the steps to improve it. And when you scroll down, you will see a list of pages that are affected by the issue. It is almost like having an SEO consultant pinpointing on what you should work on to improve your site's SEO. Now, the Site Scan tab, on the other hand, is like a comprehensive website audit to check for technical SEO issues. As you click on Start New Scan, you can adjust the scan parameters. First, start with entering a scan name. This can be anything like Q4 Site Audit or November Site Audit, something that makes logical sense to you. And then the scope setting controls how much of your website Bing will crawl during the scan. The website option will crawl your website just like BingBot does. BingBot is the web crawler for Bing, just like Googlebot is for Google. Just enter the URL of your homepage, subdomain or directory from where you want to start the scan, and the tool will scan the specific page and follow the links on the page and start crawling those link pages. For the sitemap option, it will perform a scan on a specific sitemap. As we have talked about earlier, this can be the sitemap index URL, or it can be the individual sitemap URL. For this option, the tool will only crawl pages in the sitemap and will not crawl the linked pages. And if you wanted to scan a specific URL or a group of URLs, you can paste those URLs here. Now, I would recommend that you choose this URL list option to scan particular pages because there is a quota. But if your site isn't that big, feel free to scan the entire website. And if you want to limit the number of pages to scan, you can limit the pages here. Let's say 500. And once you are done, let's hit Start Scan. It will take a while before the scan is complete. The crawl control feature allows you to guide BingBot on a time window when it should crawl. This is particularly useful for websites with limited resources during periods of high traffic. Let's say that your website experiences high traffic between 6 PM to 11 PM. To prevent BingBot from adding extra load during the peak period, you can schedule it to crawl during quieter hours. So since the peak period is between 6 PM to 11 PM, we will select this to tell BingBot that this is the period where our site receives the most traffic. So we are asking them to crawl during the quieter hours. This helps ensure that crawling activity does not compete with your visitors for server resources and keeps your site running smoothly. Bing Webmaster tools really give you a lot of control, even blocking your pages from appearing on Bing search. The block URLs feature lets you temporarily prevent a page from appearing in Bing search results. But why would anyone do that, right? This is useful if you have content that shouldn't be visible to the public for a while. Maybe it is outdated, under review, or part of a sensitive update. Personally, I will couple this tool with redirection so that the intended page is not visible to anyone other than the authorized individuals. This block will remain in place for a maximum of 90 days, but you can always renew it. And if you want to block the page entirely, you would use the URL and cache option. However, if you want a live page to remain discoverable on Bing, but you don't want the outdated content to be accessible through cache, you can use the cache only option. Just like any Robots.txt tester where it will check your file for error, and if it is correctly blocking certain robots from entering your site, the Robots.txt tester in Bing Webmaster Tools is specifically designed for Bing crawlers. When you visit the tool, it will retrieve your existing Robots.txt file, and it will analyze if there are any errors or warnings. And if one of your rules is supposed to prevent BingBot from entering a set of pages, you can test those URLs here. However, it is only limited to BingBot and this other bot. If you want a more dynamic Robots.txt editor or validator, you can visit a tool that we have created and use it for free. So we are on the Robots.txt tester and validator tool by RankMath, and this is the link. Let's start by retrieving the Robots.txt from one of our test sites. Select, let's say, BingBot, and hit test. And here we go. And if you want to make edits to it, you can click on editor. And let's say that we want to prevent BingBot from entering pages with the category URL string. We can adjust the robots.txt file, test it to make sure that it is error-free, and implement it later on. We can start with calling the crawler, which is BingBot, and then we will add the rule to prevent BingBot from accessing any pages with the category URL string. So now let's validate the code. As you can see, there are no errors. And now we want to test this URL that contains this category string. So we are testing it with BingBot. Let's click test. And we can see that this rule is preventing BingBot from entering this link or this page. And now you can copy this rule and paste it to your existing robots.txt file. Alright, let's quickly talk about the remaining features of Bing Webmaster Tools. The Verify BingBot feature allows you to test if an IP address is actually from BingBot. For example, this. Let's click Verify, and this is verified as a BingBot IP address. Now, if you find that this IP address is overcrawling or not observing the robots.txt rule, you can click on this to learn more about how to deal with it. And then for the copyright removal notices feature, it will tell you if there are any URLs on your site that are being flagged by the copyright takedown notice. It is best that you don't see anything here. And as for the user management, it will allow you to see who have access to your Bing Webmaster Tools. And you can also add a new user to have access to the tool. Add the email address of the new user. It can be your SEO guy or your employee. Select an appropriate role. If you only want the user to view the data in the Bing Webmaster Tools and not anything else, you can select Read Only. This is rather straightforward, and you can create the user. Now finally, if you want to give access to Bing Webmaster Tools to install a heat map on your website, you can do so through the Microsoft Clarity feature. It is a free feature that allows you to track not only the traffic from Bing but all the traffic. And you can see the session playbacks on how users visited your site. The heat maps provide you with the data, and this can help improve your site's performance as well as sales. I personally have not used this feature, so if you have used it before, do share your experience with us in the comments down below. I hope this Bing Webmaster Tools tutorial is useful to you, and if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to smash that thumbs up. Our channel is all about helping you grow your brand traffic, and if you haven't subscribed to us yet, consider doing so. This is Jack from RankMath. I'll see you in the next video.